Notre Dame versus Georgia. Georgia, a 1.5-point favorite in this game. This line has flip-flopped. This line has moved quite a bit. I think it opened at Notre Dame minus 1.5. The over-under's at 44 in this game. Dylan, will a pass be thrown in this football game?
Brother, I don't know. Georgia's defense is not the Georgia defense of years past. 52nd in EPA per pass, 51st in EPA per rush, and that's the number I want to focus on. Are they going to be able to stop Notre Dame's rush attack? Is Riley Leonard going to have to throw a pass in order to have success? And you take a Georgia team that's going to be without Carson Beck. I understand we crap on Carson Beck. He hasn't been that great this year. But do we trust Gunnar Stockton to make his first start in a playoff game and be serviceable? He had an interception in the SEC championship with 12 pass attempts?
Or 16? That throw was horrible. That throw was horrible.
He was 12 for 16 with 71 yards and 1 interception against Texas. In the limited time he had, Notre Dame has the number 1 pass defense in the country. I just don't see how Georgia gets anything going here. But conversely, if I want to make a case for Georgia, I trust Kirby Smart a lot more than I trust Marcus Freeman.
That's fair. That's fair. Also, huge that this game is not being played in Atlanta.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Game Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. Dylan, this is 2 service academies playing each other. This is Army versus Navy, just with the names of Notre Dame and Georgia. Riley Leonard and Gunnar Stockton do not want to throw a ball in this game. No. I think we might see there's a chance we see. The problem is someone's going to be down and they're going to have to throw the ball. I don't think we see more than 25, 30 pass attempts in this game.
I wouldn't be surprised. Neither team's going to want to do that. Throw the ball.
And I really just think this is coming down to, okay, who's got the better run game and who's got the worst rush defense. It's that simple. And your answer would be, Dylan?
Notre Dame has the better rush game offensively.
And who's got the better run D?
Statistically speaking, Georgia does. But it's not great. Notre Dame's rush defense is not great either. They're 64th in defensive rush success rate allowed. And Georgia is 51st. So they're both not great. Maybe this is like a reverse over because both teams are going to have success running the ball.
I picked Georgia in my bracket. I really want to take Notre Dame here.
I took Georgia as an underdog, and I might exit that position with Notre Dame. On paper, Notre Dame should win this game.
They really should, which is crazy to think about. But we also, there's the unknown around Gunnar Stockton because, yeah, we saw glimpses of it in the SEC title game, like you mentioned. And, yeah, he had that bad interception, but he also made some decent throws and whatnot. What if he can just throw the ball and we just don't know that? All of a sudden, we're like, wait, this kid can light it up in the air, and we just have not seen enough of it.
How much do you take into consideration the lack of experience from Carson Beck? Even if Carson Beck hasn't been that great, he's been here before. In a big game.
No.
In a big game.
He's never been in the playoff.
Yes, not the playoff, but like he's played. I guess Gunner's played in a big. Gunner's played in a big game.
Correction, timeout. Carson Beck played the entire second half against TCU.
That's true. Is that a big game?
No, not at all.
Medium game.
Yeah, mid.
Average-sized game.
Mediocre.
Yeah.
Average is big though.
What? Average is. No, you're right. I see what you're saying. You might be onto something.
You got there.
Bell-shaped curve.
Bell-shaped curve. I don't know. This is a tricky one. I think I lean Notre Dame here. I really do. I think I'm going to regret it immediately.
I think the only case you would make for Georgia is coaching, right?
Coaching and then the unknown of Gunnar Stockton being a positive.
Okay. I think you're right. I think it's Notre Dame here.
Because the other issue is, you talked about it, Notre Dame's pass defense, unbelievable. It's great. You know what Georgia has? not great wide receivers, not great weapons to throw to. They have not been awesome at any point really this season, and you're throwing in the backup quarterback to throw to these guys against the number one pass defense in the country. All of this is going to have to be won on the ground. And a big thing here too, Dylan, I need stats department on this because I didn't prep for this part. What's the penalty yard difference? Because that's going to be the difference in this game too.
Oh, that's a great question. I'm going to have to look that up.
All right, while we're getting stats department on that, I'm excited for this game too. The fact that they schedule this, the Ohio State, Oregon rolls right into Notre Dame, Georgia. I also kind of like how they're only doing one game on New Year's Eve, and it could be a potential blowout. I think that's a good thing for college football, and everybody has actual New Year's Day off typically with their work, so therefore you can sit there and watch college football all day. I think that's an awesome thing.
Sorry, I'm totally locked in here.
Oh, you're good. By the way, if you were wondering right now, I think Gino fumbled.
Georgia offensively is offense. Georgia 55 penalty yards per game. Notre Dame 52.
No difference.
Yeah, pretty much the same. And then defensively, we have add a nice little sound effect there and put
Dylan, it's quit filling time.
Wow. Yeah, pretty much the same. Notre Dame on defense. Notre Dame 49 penalty yards a game. Georgia 47.
So literally we're off by 1 yard.
Yeah. So literally the exact same.
But
not literally.
Obviously, things could get weird in this spot, and tempers could flare and whatnot.
Maybe more procedural penalties for Georgia with a new quarterback.
Potentially, but I think that stuff gets figured out. I'm not too worried about that with Kirby Smart. If it was a different coach, I'd do it.
3 weeks to do it. So,
yeah, I'm not really too concerned about that. But like I said, if you're talking yourself into Georgia in this game, you're telling yourself Gunnar Stockton is a positive for not being able to be scouted as much, and the unknown around him is going to benefit Georgia greatly, and you have a much better coach in this spot. But I'm still taking Notre Dame because for every other reason, and I think Love and Leonard have a great day on the ground against Georgia. And that's going to be the difference. Also, 44 might be high.
I think it is.
I think that's a lot of points.
I think it's a lot of points. But I feel like Notre Dame,
a lot of points.
This could be small brain coming out. I feel like Notre Dame gets like defensive scores, pick sixes, fumble recoveries. It's a lot of points in a short amount of time.
Yeah, that could scare me too. I love it. Final
score?
Final score in this game, I'm going to go Notre Dame 21, Georgia 20.
I'm going Notre Dame 24, Georgia 10.
Georgia 10. Georgia doesn't score more than 10 points?
Georgia does not score more than 10 points on Notre Dame.
We got it.
Time is a flat circle.